Well, don't be surprised if you see a lot of folks dressed up like superheroes, Star Wars characters, and much more this weekend in Portland. If you run into Jeff here, it's time for the premiere of the pop culture event of the year.
I don't know if it'd be Spider-Man or maybe Darth Vader. Who knows? I don't know. Get ready for the Pine State Expo. It's taking place this weekend, Friday through Sunday, at the Holiday Inn by the Bay. Joining us this morning to talk about the big event of the organizers, Will Hesketh and also Miki. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us. It's an honor to be here. This is exciting.
Yeah, very
so
exciting.
Great.
Yeah, first of all, let's talk about what we'll see this year. We're going to see a lot.
You're going to see a lot, yeah. I mean, we've got 3 days of, we call it pure geek excitement. We've got celebrity guests, voice actors, over 100 vendors, cosplay, panels, photo ops, gaming, all kinds of fun things happening, after parties. But some of the big things you see is Cooper Andrews. We got a Walking Dead reunion. We've got a Hocus Pocus reunion. So we've got Max, Danny, and Allison for that. We've got a Avatar: The Last Airbender reunion. We're the first convention ever, I think, or at least for now, to do the 30th anniversary reunion of a Goofy movie. So we've got Bill Farmer, who has been the voice of Goofy for the last 45, 50 years, who will be here, and Jason Marsden, who is Max's son in that. We've got John O'Hurley. We've got Sean Patrick Flannery, a bunch of amazing guests that'll be here all weekend long for people to meet, get to hang out with, get photo ops with, autographs, all kinds of fun things.
That's incredible. And Miki, tell us about your involvement with this and why you feel like these events have become more popular.
Well, I mostly manage the vendors with the people who sell cool nerdy stuff, pop Funkos, people crochet fun things, do 3D printed tons of things, and it's just a really fun time for people to get to go and dress up and meet these celebrities that a lot of people think they're like, oh, you can't get big people to Maine, and it's like, we do though. So it's just a good time, and there's a fun sense of community that we've built up.
Yeah, and one of the things we're going to talk about, each one of the things you're going to offer. Let's talk about comic books. What can folks expect when they go there? Comic books, maybe talking about some of the comic book heroes and things.
Yeah, so we have, like I said, over 100 vendors. Everyone brings something different, but you might find like current comics, you might find Golden Age, Silver Age. So you can find stuff anywhere from, like you were saying, Superman, Batman, early Marvel, all the way up to current projects. And we've got 6 or 7 local comic book creators that have kind of blown up and are traveling all across the country and the world. So it's really cool to be able to showcase them. We've got Steve Levine, who is one of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles artists and creators. We've got Joseph Schmalke, who's doing multiple projects and stuff that's been up for for film and cartoon stuff. So it's a lot of really cool things and a lot of great Maine creators that you wouldn't even realize were right here in Portland.
Yeah, there's so much to learn, I feel like, as well. Can you also talk about the types of toys and art that will be on display?
That would be me. There's usually, the bobbleheads, the pop Funkos. There's tons of those. A lot of there's some that have the NECA figures of different, mostly superheroes and comic book characters, and just there's a lot of people who do like D&D dice and dice towers, tumblers of that have fun nerdy stuff on it. I'm trying to think what other kinds of toys.
Yeah, it makes you get you'll get your Transformers, G.I. Joes. So you'll find a mix of like current stuff, like Miki was saying, like the Funko Pops that everyone's kind of on a craze for. But you'll find a lot of like that classic like 70s and 80s toys that people grew up with and have that nostalgia piece to be able to re-find or bring back those memories. So something for everyone. We
do have some vendors that I know refurbish like Game Boys and Game Boy games.
Yes.
So if you're looking for any of that, I know there's 2 at least that will that have those types of things.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then it's crazy how video games have, I love to say blown up, but it's been blown up for years.
Yes.
Where they actually have esports teams in high schools and colleges, and talk about that aspect of the show.
Yeah, so we don't have a lot of that at this one. But up at our one in Bangor, we do have esports. We've got Husson College has a whole team that usually comes in and they set up and they do tutorials with people, or they'll set up live streams and play games for people. But normally we have a company called Winter House Gaming that comes in and they do VR, they do racing simulators, flight simulators, different video game systems, like from old school like Nintendo up to the PS5s that people can sit down, free play area. and play whatever games they want, just to kind of help pass the time and add a layer to the convention.
What's the reaction that you see, as people walk in? I mean, do their jaws drop? Are they just like, purely just like in heaven?
Yeah, I think that's the funnest thing for me, is seeing people's reaction, whether it's like, you're standing there and you see them look at a flyer, or they finally see that guest and the jaw drops, or they get all giddy, or they finally get up and it's their turn and it's somebody they've grown up with and loved their whole life, and they start like, breaking down into tears, like, happy tears. And it's really cool to see those reactions, but then see like the guests realize that, and like you see the human side of them too, because so many people forget that they're humans just like us, and and they'll come out from their table and give them a hug and just like comfort them, and and it creates such a cool environment. And it's probably my favorite part of the convention altogether.
Here's my favorite part when you guys are in town doing this is cosplay. I see people dressed up, just walking around town, going into restaurants dressed up like a stormtrooper or Superman.
Why not?
Talk about that part of it, you guys.
We do have our own cosplay team. Krista and Zach are the ones that kind of run that. We have plenty of, we have a cosplay competition, and just a lot of fun things for cosplayers to do, a cosplay repair station. We also have the 501st Legion, which is a Star Wars cosplay volunteer group. They go to a lot of children's hospitals, do stuff like that. And then we have the Maine Ghostbusters coming up, and they'll have stuff set up for you guys to take pictures in front of. I think at Bangor they had a Slimer, like big thing
giant
to take,
inflatable Slimer,
right, to take a picture with.
Goza backdrop that you can stand in front of.
Yes, so they have a lot of fun things to do there, and then you just see a ton of a lot of people. This is one of the only chances they get to show off their cosplay, and it's just really fun
to be
to
welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
And celebrated.
Exactly, it's a comfort thing for them. It's like they know they're going to a place they're not being judged.
Right.
And a lot of those people, when they come in cosplay, they get treated like celebrities because so many people are excited to see that, or see their work, and it makes them feel important and special as well. So,
hey, can I take a picture with you in your cosplay type of thing?
that.
Yeah, it's almost like fans of the same sports team, and they dress up in costume, kind of like going to a Raider game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Or a Patriots game.
Or a Patriots game.
All right, let everybody know your website and what days again, so they can, if they want to buy tickets.
Yeah, so it's April 18th through the 20th at the Holiday Inn by the Bay, and you can get tickets right off of our vacationlandent.org website. Or buy them right at the door as well.
Yeah, and by the way, coming up tomorrow on Arc Man, we'll continue our preview of the Pine State Expo with a couple of celebrities. Joining us will be the voice of Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants, Roger Bumpus, and also the voice of Mayor Roger Doofenshmirtz.
Yes.
Which, by the way, that's John O'Hurley, who also is well known for playing Peterman on Seinfeld.
Pretty amazing. Yes. Thank you both so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us. This was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, there's Peterman right there.
There he is. All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back.